my channel, and if you're new, hey, what's up? My name is Tanya, and thank you all so much for joining in and watching this video. As always, there will be timestamps listed down below so you can jump around, and if you like what you see, smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and thumbs this video up. I do try to post 7 days a week, sometimes a couple of times a day, and you just don't want to miss out on all the fun, content, new releases, and everything that is the Fawn family. And all you have to do is hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, and you are golden. Now, I didn't realize this, but apparently part of the issue with YouTube and people getting unsubscribed from channels is because YouTube is taking an algorithm and they're actually seeing who you're subscribed to and if you interact with that channel. And if too long goes by where you're not interacting and it looks like it's essentially stagnant, even if you're watching, if you don't thumbs up a video or thumbs down a video or comment on a video, eventually YouTube will actually just unsubscribe you from a channel. So that's what happens with a lot of people who are saying that they keep getting unsubscribed from any channel. My channel, any YouTube channel, whether it's beauty or not beauty, YouTube is doing that now, and that's also part of how they're putting in other content that you're not subscribed to, because they're trying to introduce you to more channels and other content that they think you're going to like. So if you don't turn the notification bell on, then you won't be notified because YouTube just is pushing other creations on you. And if you don't interact with the channel at all, eventually you get unsubscribed from it too, which I don't know if I fully believe that, because I watch whenever I can watch YouTube, and I rarely comment or thumbs up a video because I don't have time. So I get it when you guys are like, I don't ever comment, I just, you know, want to throw in a comment to let you know that I watch your videos and I'm here. So like, I totally get not commenting and interacting and just wanting to watch content. I haven't been unsubscribed from a channel ever, so I don't know, but that's what YouTube says, is that you need to interact, or eventually they just think you don't care about that channel and they unsubscribe you. So I thought I would share that since it's knowledge to me. It might be new news to you too, I don't know, but there you have it. Now, this video is on Melt Cosmetics Gemini palette. Honestly, I filmed this 8 hours ago and I feel like I did it days ago. That's how like tired and out of it I am right now. I actually had to stop for a moment and be like, I did use that palette, right? Right, yep. No, I did. That's what's on my eyes. So I know I'm not brand new to this review because I've had this for weeks now. It was released a little while ago. I just didn't have a chance to actually test it out and review it for you guys, and now they're getting ready to drop their second eyeshadow palette, which is so great. And so I thought I need to at least get the first palette reviewed and under my belt before the next palette is released, because I know a lot of you guys like to wait for my reviews too. So I did decide to go with this baby today. Now, the packaging is freaking stunning. The attention to detail in that rose and the water droplets, like everything about this palette is gorgeous. It's sleek, it's really like built well, you know, it's hardcore. You don't need to worry about this breaking easily at all. It has a beautiful strip mirror inside of it. And then it has all of those shadows. So you do need to obviously be interested in, you know, neutrals and greens for this to be a worthwhile palette for you, but these shadows are amazing. It is just as good as the Melt stacks, and you can buy those stacks as stacks, or you can buy the shadows individually as well. I do have their baby girl stack and that whole collection I also need to review for you guys. It's been sitting here since like February, I think, maybe March. I'm super late on it, but none of it's like limited edition or anything, so they're staples in the brand, which at least, you know, it will still be worthwhile to review it for you guys. And then their next palette is a very warm tone palette that they're about to drop. So today I used Luna, Gemini, and then all 5 of these shades. I just didn't use 3 out of the 10 shadows, so I really put this to the test, and it performed incredibly well. I was blown away. These 2 green shadows, even though this one didn't swatch great, but those 2 green mattes really did not swatch well at all. Like, I mean, patchy, no pigmentation, streaky, and I'm like, that means I need to test those shades out. So I was like, no matter what, I need to create a look that was using those shades, so that way I could make sure that it did perform well with a brush. And it does. It performs so beautifully. It is so pigmented, so rich in color. It blends effortlessly. It literally, like, a couple of swipes and blends and windshield wiper motion, and it's like even, blended, beautiful, smooth, next to no fallout. And I, you know, don't go in with a light hand because I do my eyes first anyway, but it just performed beautifully. And I was kind of laughing inside, well, I made a comment too, while I was blending the greens, and this palette, this is how greens are supposed to perform. This, if you guys want good greens, you need this palette, because this will not disappoint you at all. It's beautiful. The black is gorgeous. It's really nice and black. This metallic is a very soft, so you do want to be careful. I, like, you know, put my normal pressure on the first shade, swatched it, then I put my normal pressure on this shadow, and I did damage it. It is a very soft, and it has more fleck. It's not glittery, but it has more metallic fleck in it, so it just is a very soft, delicate shadow, where this metallic is more a stereotypical metallic that we're used to. And I mean, they're all softer shadows, but this one is very delicate. So just be mindful of that if you purchase this palette and you go to swatch it out. Don't apply typical pressure to that shadow, because I broke it, and then when I was trying to apply it with a brush, it was more difficult because it was more crumbly and not intact from me damaging it. So just keep that in mind. And then the mattes are softer mattes than a, like, just typical palette. It's not as soft as Subculture, but it does have a little bit of that feel to it, because you really just want to take your brush and, like, dab it for coating it. You don't want to like bang at it, you know, like sometimes you can just go at a shadow, blend, go at a shadow, blend. These are not those shadows. If you go at it, it's going to be dusty and crumble, and there isn't any need for it. It is so intensely pigmented. You just need to kind of dab your brush around, get it coated, tap it off, and then go in, and it's beautiful. It builds up in intensity really easily. So if you want to go more, like, more intense with your color, if you want to make the green a little bit more rich, it's so easy to get it there, and all of the shadows just blend into each other beautifully. You don't have harsh edges, nothing looks unblended. It's just a really beautiful palette. And when you wet the metallic shades, it really amps it up, because I did a cut crease and then laid the shadows down. I have so many hiccups right now. And then laid the two metallics down right over top of the concealer. And then I went over it and intensified it with my Milani spray. And it really brought the shadows to life by intensifying it. So it is versatile with how intense you want the metallics to be too, which is really great. And even the black blended so effortlessly. Like, it really is a beautiful palette, and you guys would not be disappointed in this as long as you like that color story. And I would imagine that their next palette is going to be just as incredible as this one. It's just a different color story, and I will be picking that one up as well. I just love Melt Cosmetics. I own almost every single product that Melt sells, and I do own every single shadow, all of their blushes, and I do have some of their liners, eyes, lips, some of their lip products, their Z palettes. I just love Melt Cosmetics. They're cruelty-free, they're indie, they're just such a great company. So they do have sales every once in a while as well, so it's definitely worthwhile to be subscribed to the website, because I haven't seen Melt sold anywhere else. I don't know if it is, but I've never seen it on any kind of beauty store. You know, Beauty Bay, Beautylish, obviously not Sephora, Ulta. I've never seen it at any other store except buying it directly from Melt Cosmetics. So when they do have a sale, it's great to pick products up. But I mean, they are a solid brand, so you don't need to worry about inconsistencies. I've never had an issue with anything Melt Cosmetics before, and this palette is no exception. It's fantastic. So if you guys want to see how to get this eye look, if you want to see the shadows in action, see swatches, all of that goodness, then just keep on watching. Alright, so today I want to review the Melt Cosmetics Gemini eyeshadow palette. I've had this since it launched, and I've been desperately wanting to play with it, and I still have the entire baby girl release that they did, I think back in February, that I haven't even had a chance to get to yet either, and now they're about to drop another palette, so I'm like, okay, I need to at least get on with the palette, and then I want to do the other stack that they released, and they released blushes, lippies. It was like a huge release. And then there's going to be another eyeshadow palette coming up that I'm also going to get, because Melt Cosmetics is definitely one of my favorite brands. Very consistent, incredible, a little bit indie still, cruelty-free. They're just a very solid brand, and I own almost every single product that they make. That's how much I love them. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's really fun. And then it says Gemini eyeshadow palette on the side. Now let's get into this baby. It is a net weight of 18.80 grams or 0.66 ounces. Oh, she's pretty. Oh, I love that. Look at the water droplets on the rose. I'm going to give you guys a close-up of what this looks like right before I show you the swatches. That is stunning. Oh, this is beautiful. You get a nice strip mirror. Oh, it's only 2 metallics. I didn't know that. I thought there were more metallics. I know that the next palette I saw on Trend Mood, and I was like, oh, there's only 2 metallics in there? And I didn't remember that being a thing when I bought this one, but apparently it is. It's a really beautiful green color story. If you guys like greens, and then neutrals too, because you have enough over here for a neutral transition and neutral eye look with a nice pop, and then you have all your greens for a beautiful green look, and then that black looks jet black. So there's 10 shadows in here. This is really nice. I love how the names are underneath it. I love that there's a mirror. shift folds over. So this is nice. I cannot wait to swatch. This is Melt Cosmetics' very first eyeshadow palette. Before this one, they only did the stacks, and then you could buy the stacks as single eyeshadows as well. And now they are doing palettes, which I think is fantastic. So I'm going to get to swatching this baby, and I will be right back. Look how beautiful this packaging is with the attention to detail in the rose. Like, that is unbelievable. It is so, so beautiful. And the back of it as well. I think that this is one of the prettiest packaging that I've ever seen. And then on the inside, here are the shades. Now, this foil is extremely soft. So I went to go swatch like I normally do, and it kind of crumbled a little bit, like the surface layer did. So if you guys pick this up and you go to swatch, be gentle with this one because it is different. This is actually like a typical metallic. This one has more like glitter and flex to it than just a smooth metallic shadow. So just be mindful of that if you're swatching this palette out. So these colors are beautiful, but the greens, these two greens, and I mean this mustardy color a little bit, but more so just the two green shades are swatching very, very patchy. So, you know, that means I'm gonna put them to the test today. So I kind of have my eye look fairly determined for me. I would love to play in these neutrals because they look amazing. Like, and have that all over my lid. Oh, she's stunning. But because these aren't swatching very nicely, I do want to put those to the test and see how they perform with the brush. So first up we have Luna, then Gemini, Lorelei, Polka Dot, Cupcake, Ronnie, Leo, Goals, Fire OG, and Mochi? I don't know. But this metallic green is stunning. I will probably try to incorporate both metallics and then work with these transition shades to really test them out, and probably throw the black on my lower lash line so we can see how nice the black performs with the brush too. So I'm going to go prep and prime my eyes, and I will be right back. Starting with my Karity E31, I'm going to dip into the shade Mochi. There's a little bit of, there's a lot of kick up. So this is going to be one of those like soft shadow palettes where you just don't want to jam your brush in the palette. You want to do more of that dabbing motion and be gentle. So just something to be mindful of. Whoa, look at that pigmentation though. And my brows so need to be tweezed. That blended so effortlessly and beautifully. It's not patchy. That's amazing. And my eyebrows are peeking through like mad, and it's not even affecting the eyeshadow at all. So far, so good. Now taking my Moda Pro Crease brush, I'm going to dip into Leo. Yeah, there's no kick up issue when you just dab your brush. It's so pigmented. That swatch did the shadow wrong. This is beautiful. It is such an even pigmentation. It's not patchy. It is so smooth. Now, this is how green eyeshadows are supposed to perform. I know some of you are gonna know what I'm talking about. Now taking my Marc Jacobs, the crease brush, I'm going to dip into Fire OG. Keep that primarily in the crease. Again, it's a super soft shadow. Just dab, do not jam at the palette. This is reminding me of Subculture with how delicate they are, and the performance is just as incredible as Subculture. I'm obsessed with that palette. The pigmentation is so good. I do think that these are a little bit more user-friendly in the blendability than Subculture was. I didn't have issues with Subculture, but I know why some people did. This one is blending out so effortlessly and beautifully, and the pigmentation is just incredible. And see, this is how greens just perform. And it's another beautiful one. Clearly Melt can do it. Alright, I'm going to do a cut crease today, so I'm going to take my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, put a pump on the back of my hand, then taking my Sigma Cut Crease E62 brush, I'm going to dip it on both sides, and then start working from the base of my lid upward. Now taking my MAC 242, I'm going to dip into the shade Gemini. Remember, this one is the really soft metallic, so you want to be really careful with it. I disrupted the shadow and now I'm having a harder time because I wrecked it with the swatch. Now I'm going to dip into Kohls. Alright, I'm going to do the other eye, and then I'm going to intensify the shadows with some Milani spray. I'll just do that off camera to save some time, and then I'll be right back. Alright, now I'm going to take the Too Faced GlitterPop Peel Off Liner in Yes Way Rosé, and by intensifying the shadows with the Milani spray, it really brought these shadows to life. So if you amp it up with a setting spray, oh, so good, so good. You know what? I think I'm going to take the glitter the whole way today. I haven't done that in a while. Alright, I'm going to go finish up the other eye, go do my face, lashes line, all of that, and then I will be back to do the lower lash line. Alright, so I finished up my face, and as usual, everything I used will be listed down below, but I did put a lot of products to the test today, so I'm about to go over all of that with you. So my really exciting is Karity sent me a PR package with their new brow products. It is their Brow Goals 3-in-1 brow pencil, powder, and brush. This is so good, like so good. I did a mini video on this and I swatched out all 4 shades that they have, so that way hopefully you guys can kind of shade match yourselves a little bit better based off of my swatches. I'm in the shade Totally Taupe. Anything that ever has the word taupe in it when it comes to a brow product is generally my exact eyebrow color, and this one meshed in so beautifully. It's so creamy, so pigmented, really easy to work with. You have your pencil, and then there's powder to set it, and a spoolie. It's 12 bucks. Cruelty free. Just everything about Karity is amazing, and this pencil is awesome. Then I put to the test the new Bobbi Brown Primer Plus Hydrating 3-in-1 Setting Spray. This is a really beautiful primer and setting spray. I used it first, and then I put my Tatcha, the silk canvas, over top of it, and the combination is so amazing. And the mister on this is really great. Look at that continuous spray. It's awesome. So I highly recommend this prep and set spray. It really is so, so nice. And then I tested out the new Tarte Creaseless Concealer. It's creasing on me now. During the time when I applied it, it wasn't creasing, but when I set it with my Hourglass setting powder, it emphasized the crap out of my fine lines and made it look like I have the most wrinkly, dry under eyes, and I don't. You know, I'm normal skin and I keep it so moisturized. So when I did the video, at first I was like, maybe it just isn't like the Hourglass setting spray or setting powder, but then as I was doing more and more and contouring and everything else, it actually did start creasing. So it's creasy and it's emphasizing fine lines. So, oh, it's such a bummer. I'm gonna try it out again with a different setting powder because it might just not like Hourglass, but so far it looked so beautiful, so dewy, radiant, full coverage, creamy, and now it's not wearing nicely, and it's only been on my face for like an hour. So we'll see. I use the shade 20N Light. I'm using my Cake Face Beauty lashes in the style Millionaire. I haven't used these in a while. And then my face, my base, that was UPS. It scared the crap out of me. Oh my gosh. All right, so my face base I am in love with. I used the new Dior Backstage collection, and it's so good. I bought, or didn't buy the foundations because Sephora was holding like their little, when you add on a gift with purchase. So I had picked up shade 1N and 2N. That way I could kind of see what would be a good shade match. I ended up mixing the shades. One was a little bit more deep and warmer. One was a little bit peachier. So I do have a combo of the shades on. But this foundation, you guys, it is so beautiful and flawless. You don't need to add more coverage. It blends with a beauty blender, your brush. It is so good. It is so good. I'm obsessed. And then I tried their new contour palette, and I have that shade on. Hands down, favorite contour of my life. I hope that they start releasing it individually because I will never end up using the other 3 shades to the point where, you know, it's really worthwhile for a palette, but this shade is good. And then I also used their Glow Face palette. I swatched out everything, did a mini video on all this, and I have a base of the gold shade laid down, but then my Pat McGrath Sublime highlighter palette came in, or Sublime Skin highlighter treat. Oh my gosh, let's try that again. Pat McGrath Sublime Skin Highlighting Trio Highlighter Palette arrived. So I ended up taking this baby, and I did a mini video on this, and I swatched out the shades, and I did a spotlight using the center shade to really amp up that glow and put it on my collarbones too, just a little bit. And this is such a finely milled powder. It is amazing. Amazing. So, just Pat McGrath can do no wrong. I swear she can do no wrong. And then I also finally tested out the Milani Trio Blush Palettes. I bought these when they launched, and I'm wearing the middle shade from the #2 Floral Fantasy palette that as my blush. And I think I think that's everything. I'm not 100% sure because I've got a disaster, but I'm pretty sure that's everything new that I put to the test. And then all my typical other products and everything else will be listed down below. So now I can zoom you guys in and we can finish up this lower lash line. You guys, this concealer is creasing and like cracking so badly under my eyes. Oh, why? And the color was so pretty and it felt so good too. Oh, I am not impressed at all. Okay, taking my Wing Gloss number 20 brush, I'm going to start with Luna and smoke that beneath my lower lash line. Again, super soft, just dab. Now taking my MAC 212, I'm going to dip into Bonnie, the black, and get it nice and tight to the lower lash line. Now taking my Luxie 111, I'm going to go into Leo and start smoking and blending all of it together. Now taking the Too Faced GlitterPop Peel Off Eyeliner in Yes Way Rosé, I'm going to put a little bit on the lower lash line, inner corner. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed the eye look that I came up with and that you're as impressed with this palette as I am, because it's a good one. And especially if you're into these shadow colors, I think it would be very worthwhile for you to pick up. According to some people, greens are a very difficult color to formulate, but Mel Cosmetics got it right. So if you want green, I'd go for this one. So please thumbs this video up if you liked it. Please share it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And until next time, good night, good morning, wherever you are. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.